This is the Winning Rotation podcast hosted by Kendall and Alfred. The goal of each episode is to build the best list possible for whatever topic. If the topic is fruits, I'm trying to put together a better collection of fruits than Alfred or our guests. We build our rotations in two phases, a draft and a free agency auction. In the draft phase, we get 5 picks each, snake style. So whoever has the first pick in the first round will go last in the next round, so on and so forth. Once each person has filled out their starting 5, we move on to the free agency auction. We all get a fixed dollar amount to spend, and we'll take turns nominating items to bid on. It's completely open bidding, and the item goes to the highest bidder. We keep the auction going until we've all made 3 additions to our list. At the end, we go through our lists and discuss who built the winning rotation. Yo, it's the Winning Rotation podcast. Today, we are going to redraft all of the positions and staff members of the office. Actually, not all. It's like the core people, right?
Yeah, we have a list.
And kind of like pretty much the seasons up until Michael's departure. Was that 7?
So, I believe so, because the rest of the episodes were kind of whack.
Yeah, and if you're listening to this and have never watched The Office, yeah, Michael leaves at some point. So,
sorry
spoiler.
for the spoilers. Yeah, if you don't know, you should know.
But yeah, so we basically decided that rather than like draft the employees best to worst or whatever, we wanted to fill certain job positions with them. So we have to draft a manager, an accountant, a receptionist, HR, and a warehouse team member. And then the free agency round today is just going to be focused on getting sales team members.
Right.
For your company. And basically, we're just acting as if we were taking over Dunder Mifflin, or I guess that branch, and putting together a good team. So again, you could switch positions. Like if someone was in HR, you can move them to another position if you think they're better suited for that. This is all about reshuffling based on what we know from the show. Right. Are there any other things we got to call out before jumping in?
So we have to draft those 5 positions first. We can't put anyone into sales right away. That's just going to be for free agency.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, I mean, that's all I got. Office is a great show. If for whatever reason you haven't watched The Office, I'll recommend that to anybody.
Let's go ahead and jump in. I'll do the coin flip right now. It's heads. Let's go.
All right, so do you want to pick first or second?
I'm going to go first.
All right.
Because there's like someone I really, really want, and the alternatives are bad.
Okay.
So with the first overall pick, I am going to draft a manager for the office, and it's going to be Daryl.
That was going to be my first pick.
I knew. We kind of talked about it last night.
I was I was hoping you were really talking about Stanley, dog.
Well, so Daryl, I think, is just like, to me, he's probably the best leader, like in the whole show. Man, when they were playing basketball, he was the leader of that team. He, I don't know if you remember, but he encouraged Michael to go to therapy.
When they were on that road trip, is that the episode?
I think so. He advocated for raises. Remember, he found out Michael wasn't making that much more money than he was.
Right.
So he was like, Michael, you should go get a raise. And like, I don't know. I think you want a manager that looks out for you, and he's fun.
He's a good guy.
That dude could play the keys.
Yeah. And he made sure that his daughter had a good time at the Christmas party as well. I thought that was dope.
That's true. Good dad. He didn't have full custody, right?
No, I don't think so. But I don't think Daryl ever did anything wrong on the show. Like, he was...
Except he dated Kelly.
I mean, I wouldn't have did it personally, but I mean, he's a good guy. I'm not mad at that.
He's like, out of all the people in the office, I think he's like the best person.
Yeah. And also, like, Craig Robinson himself, like the guy that plays Daryl, like, that's a pretty big name for a guy that just started as a warehouse worker. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, he worked from the warehouse and worked his way up to getting his own office in the office. I thought that was really dope. But that's a good pick. I'm not mad at that
shout
one.
Out there. I had to get that one out because I don't know if I want any other managers, to be honest.
So
So I mean, I'll let you go, and we could see if you pick one here or not. But you
Uh,
got the back to back.
yeah, this one's a little bit different because since anyone could fit any position, it's not like I could just wait on a manager. You know what I mean? And I feel like manager is the most important spot here. So I am actually gonna pick a manager, um, for my first of the back to back, and I'm gonna actually go with Karen Philippi, Rashida Jones.
It's not how you say your last name, but you was close.
How do you say it?
How would you say? Say it again.
Philippi.
It's not it.
Yeah, it is, dude.
All
What
right,
is it?
no,
Then?
it's not. Huh?
What is it?
Look up her name right now. Just look at how it's spelled.
Oh, Filippelli. Well, whoever. Karen Filippelli. That's who I pick. She actually didn't last too long on the show, but she she became like a manager. Didn't she get that job? Like the one that they all went for.
Yeah, yeah.
So, I mean, I think she's super dope. She dated Jim, and I'm not a big fan of his, but
I mean, I won't lie. I actually wanted her for sales because she was. I don't know if you remember this, but she was really good at sales. Like that's how she got worked her way up to manager.
yeah,
Um,
she was dope in sales. Even at that other, I think what was it, Stanford,
yeah, whatever it was.
when it was just the three of them. But man, that's a long time for her to let. She was like just too good of a worker to like let her fall to sales.
Yeah. I don't know. I'll take her over Pam too. Jim fucked up.
Oh yeah, Rashida Jones over, uh, what's her name, Jenna Fisher.
All right, you got the back to back, so we both filled out our managers spots right now.
Uh huh. Um, this one might be a questionable pick, but I really don't know who else could fit in this spot because everyone seems like. Oh, let me check something real quick.
Man, what the hell are you about to do right now?
Um, yeah, I don't know if anyone else can do this job. I'm gonna go to the warehouse and pick Roy because he was the most in shape, and I think Roy, like he was a jerk to Pam, but I mean like when they showed him later, it seemed like he got his shit together, and the only reason why Roy and Pam are still not together today is because Jim is a jerk.
Um, I mean,
Look at the list, man. You're gonna have a weak ass warehouse worker or a lazy
no,
one.
no, no, no. I got a good one for sure. Don't worry about it. Roy was on my do not draft list.
Really?
Dude, he fucking broke the everything at the bar.
Hey, man. He's got his shit together by now.
I don't want no one who's like prone to angry outbursts in my office. That might come to bite me in the ass later.
He didn't work
Because
in the office. Oh, he sorta did. He worked like downstairs.
I mean, to work at like my company, I don't want anyone who just
Hey,
like
man.
blows up like that.
Check the list that we have. Who else is got the license to operate a forklift?
Dude, I got dude, I got someone. We won't even need a forklift.
All right. But I'm going with Roy. So that's just who I'm picking.
You're crazy. Your list is over already. You got the worst company already.
No, I don't.
All right. You picked a warehouse. Yeah, so you didn't take anyone that I wanted on my warehouse list, so I could wait on that one.
Yeah, but I might stick them somewhere else. You don't know.
I am going to go HR right now,
Okay.
and I'm actually going to go Holly. I know she was HR.
Who'd you pick?
Holly.
Oh, okay.
But my reasoning is like she's a good listener. She's very caring. Like that's what you want out of someone HR. You know what I'm saying? Like you want someone to be able to like tell things to. And she believes you. I don't know if you remember, but was it Dwight? Someone told her Kevin had some issues,
Yeah.
and she believed that.
Yeah, but I don't know if you want someone that's gonna believe anything though. She gonna just be firing people based off like hearsay. She's a little weird. The only thing I will say is I think she's definitely like a good person, and she could tolerate Michael Scott, which is
Exactly. Like
crazy.
that he is. Well, I don't know. One of us
She's
might be,
kind of like the
but
same way though that he is. So
she's like weird in the same way, but she's not as.
she's
She's much
more
more like
like,
rational.
uh-huh.
But she's still like goofy like him, and
Hmm.
she does weird shit. But I don't know. I wanted her on HR because I mean, there's only two people who actually worked HR on our list, right?
Oh, I'm not picking the
I
other
was like,
guy. I don't.
yeah. So I was like, I'll actually get someone with the experience, and someone who I think would be good at it.
Hmm.
All right, I got the back to back.
Oh yeah.
So I'm gonna go. What we do? I'm gonna go receptionist,
Okay.
and I'm gonna go with Andy Bernard.
You know what's crazy? I had him listed in that category too.
So I mean, when you have a receptionist, you want that person to be friendly and like smiling. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Andy's always like that, and like you're probably not gonna talk to the receptionist too much. I think with Andy, what I was thinking
That
for
might be his
receptionist, I was like,
weakness though. Oh, go
yes,
ahead.
if you talk to him a lot, like he starts to like unravel.
He won't shut up, and he'll
Yeah,
be
and
singing,
he
and they'll
starts.
just hang up.
Yeah, exactly. But in a role like receptionist, or like I'm just checking, you know what I'm saying? Like you're just checking into the office. You might be good. Conversations, they're not a huge need to talk to him too much.
You might be right, but I mean, Andy's one of my favorite characters on the Office. Definitely wasn't a good fit for that manager role, but dude, that dude won't shut up. He would just, if he hears anything from a lyric, he'll just like start singing.
Man, I don't see the problem. And he sang that Macy Gray song.
Yeah. Hey, he's a good actor too.
Oh,
Shout out
sorry.
Sweeney Todd.
And my favorite Andy moment though is was it Jim and Pam's wedding when they were at the hotel
Oh
and they
yeah.
had that party in the hotel room
Uh-huh.
and like
He does the splits.
he does a splits and he just hurt himself.
Uh-huh.
That was a good scene because Aaron's reaction was good too. But man, shout out Andy. He's like I said, he's a little crazy, but in a role like receptionist, I think he'd be okay.
Uh yeah.
I would love to be greeted at a company by someone like Andy. All right, you got the back to back here.
All right, take I'm gonna take an accountant, and I'm gonna take someone from accounting, like
Oh
on the
man.
show,
All right, I know who you're gonna get.
and I'm going with Oscar. I think okay, so if you watch the show, you know there's three receptionists, like or not receptionists, sorry, three accountants, and I believe two of them might have been capable of doing their job, and then there was one, and she was just a bitch. To be honest, I can't have that. I think Oscar is capable of doing his job. He didn't have like too many questionable moments in the show. I mean, there was the thing with the was it the senator or whatever, but I mean that's his own business. Like, just come to work and do your job, and then stay out of trouble. um,
He was the smartest person on the show, wasn't he?
I think so. He maybe
I can't think of anyone else who was just like every time there was like some issue. I feel like he was the one with the actual reasonable like
like
decision making like process.
oh when when the building was on fire, he tried to climb through the roof. Also, he speaks Spanish, and sometimes when you work in an office, me and you both work in an office, sometimes you need someone that speaks Spanish for whatever reason. And that might just be in our office, but
Okay. I mean, sure. If that's what it's valuable to have someone who can speak multiple languages
yeah.
for sure.
All right, so he's gonna I'm gonna just leave him in accounting. Um, my next one, and you might not even like this one, but I'm gonna take. hmm, I know who I want to take, but I'm trying to figure out where I could put her on there. You know what? I'm gonna take Pam, and I'm actually gonna. I thought she did a good job in her receptionist role. Um, so I'm gonna take Pam, leave her in a receptionist. She might have some free time on her hands. And she's actually a dope artist. So if we ever need something done, like from the artwork, because we're not drafting an artist, she could definitely handle that. I think she was a nice person. I think Jim just corrupted her. Um,
You really think Jim's like the worst person on earth?
in the office for sure. There's worse people. Shout out to the guy we didn't draft on the wrestling episode. Um, but I think she's genuinely a nice person. Sneakers were always clean. She had them kids. Um, yeah, I think, and she wasn't a bad receptionist, in my opinion.
That's fair. That's fair. You didn't really switch up anyone on your team. Like everyone is actually in a position that they've had.
I would have took Andy, but you had picked him already.
I mean, I had Pam on my list for HR, to be honest.
Well, those were my last two spots, but uh, I think she's fine being a receptionist.
All right, I got the back-to-back to round up my team.
Yep.
Or my starting five. Accountant. um, this one's you're good. I'm gonna go Aaron. I don't know if you remember, but
Dude.
listen, I'm all about giving people opportunities. And do you remember she told Michael? I think Michael had asked her what she wants to do,
Yeah.
and she said she wants to be an accountant, even though she's bad at math. And like, listen, the math thing, she's gonna pick that. She's gonna pick that up for sure. Shout out all my accountants. I'm not trying to say that your jobs are so easy that Aaron could do it. I'm just saying I want to give people opportunities to grow. She seems it's like I want someone who wants to do the job, and if she says she wants to be an accountant, let's make her an accountant.
Your business gonna struggle for the first few months till she get the hang of things.
I might gotta fudge the numbers a little bit, to be honest, but
um,
dude, I wasn't trying to pick no one else as my accountant, so
I, I mean, yeah, sure.
it was Oscar and Aaron. That was my list, and Aaron's like a fake reason.
I mean,
did you have how many people did you have under accountant? You ain't gotta say who it was, but
to be honest, I just had Oscar. Dude, I don't know who else. Like, dude, it's a tough one. It's an office full of idiots. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. All right, I'm gonna go warehouse now then to finish.
Yeah,
up my team.
let's hear who you got. Don't do it.
It's Gabe.
And you lost. You lose.
What? No, dude. I told you we don't need no forklift. That motherfucker's like, I looked up his height. He's 6'4". He's so tall, dude.
That
imagine
can't even lift a ream of paper.
What are you talking about?
It was a twig, and no one liked him.
Yeah, exactly. We throw him in a warehouse where he doesn't have to work with other people, and he's tall,
dude. These last two picks, and they actually dated each other on the show. Spoilers. Dude, Gabe.
He's tall. Would you rather have someone who's gonna drop the paper everywhere, or
dude,
he's tall?
I wasn't picking Gabe for anything, ever.
I wasn't either. I actually moved him from my do not draft list to warehouse. Right when you picked when you had Roy, I was like, man, I gotta get someone who's maybe more efficient.
So wait a minute. So you were saying Roy was a bad pick, and you really thought about it, and you're like, all right.
No, I thought you were gonna pick someone else, like someone not like strong or something. But then I was like, damn, you really did pick just like a straight warehouse dude.
Like I don't know if Roy could do any other job besides like.
I wouldn't want Roy on my team or on my company.
That's fine. I don't want Gabe on the team.
But I was like, man, yeah, I got to think outside the box here.
I mean, I think Aaron's a nice person, but I don't think like I would really want her either. So,
damn, Daryl might quit. Daryl might quit like 1 week into the job. I'm looking at my company right now.
You want me to round out my team? I just got the HR spot left. All right, and I'm gonna go with Phyllis Lappin Vance for HR. I think I think she has like kind of a fiery personality, but I think she's nice enough at the same time. Like looking at the other people in the office, like Pam, Oscar, Karen is who I have so far. I think she gets along well enough with them, and I don't think she's really like it. And we're assuming that this is still in the same office and everything, right? In Scranton.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and then she still works in the same building as Bob from Vance Refrigeration. So I feel like she'll be happy all the time as long as no one pisses her off. I mean, I don't have any questionable ones yet, so I kind of have to build the rest of my team around Phyllis being in HR. I feel like
She wasn't bad at sales though. Um,
she wasn't the worst.
I think she was fine. I think there was actually an episode where like when Karen was working in Scranton and she got on a call with Phyllis and she was like impressed
Yeah.
that Phyllis was actually like pretty good at her job. But also, I don't know if you remember this, but like I feel like HR would be good. She can keep things confidential. Do you remember when she and Aaron thought that she might have been Aaron's mom?
Oh yeah.
And she got the info at the end but didn't tell Aaron?
hmm Same thing in that gossip episode where like Michael was saying stuff. She's like, "Nah, that's just gossip. Like I don't. It's not true or whatever." It did end up being true, but
But she was, yeah.
she seems like someone you could trust as long as you're on like her good side. But and also, like I said, the office man, there's some weirdos. There's a lot of people I didn't want. And there's one the guy that works in HR. I don't think either of us we didn't pick him for HR. And you know what? He might not get picked at all. Not
He's
sure.
on my do not draft list.
Oh, he's on mine.
He was number 1. He was number 1 on like I don't nah. He got a stupid face.
Yep.
So, all right. Let's go ahead and recap real fast.
All right.
And then take a quick break.
For sure.
So, my version of Dunder Mifflin, the Scranton office, I had Daryl as the manager. I got Holly in HR, Andy as the receptionist, Aaron as the accountant, and shout out my dog Gabe. He's working in the warehouse. He's tall. He's 6'4".
You had 3 good ones and 2 bad ones. All right. So my manager is Karen Filippelli. Say that correctly this time. In accounting, I had Big Oscar Nunez, and I believe his name was Oscar in real life. A lot of the characters, if you don't know, kept like their real names. HR, I had Phyllis Lappin Vance. Receptionist, I had Pam. And then in the warehouse, I had Roy.
You got one that's cancerous, so
He's a hard worker. And he wasn't a bad basketball player either. Not that that has anything to do with the voting, but he did play pretty well.
All right. After the break, we'll jump into
Our sales
free agency
team.
round for the sales team. So be right back. Yo, welcome back. Like I said before the break, we're gonna go jump into the free agency round where we're each going to nominate members of the sales team, and we might have to outbid each other in a bunch of these actually.
Yeah, you might be right.
Oh shit! I just realized I only got 5 people now.
What do you mean?
There were some people on like that I had under sales that got picked already. Like I had Phyllis
Okay.
on my sales list, and Yeah, I'll figure this out. Don't worry. Sometimes the draft don't go your way, and you just gotta work with that. So, all right, you go ahead, nominate that first person.
All right, so the first person I'm gonna nominate, uh, I'm gonna go. I'll start it at. I'll start the nominee at $10. I don't know if you're even gonna want this guy, but I'm gonna nominate Dwight Schrute for 10.
All right, and I'm gonna counter it with 50.
All right, I'll go 60 for Dwight Schrute.
I'll go 70.
I'll go $80 for Dwight
Oh
Schrute.
no, dude. All right, fine.
I can have him.
$80.
Yeah. And my reasoning behind Dwight Schrute is like, I think he would do anything to help his company succeed. Like, and he was pretty good at sales already. He just had um a boss that he was obsessed with impressing, and then another sales guy that pissed him off all the time. And also, if you watch till the end, he owns the building. So that's pretty important. I think just the fact that we were bidding this high for Dwight Schrute shows like how important or integral he could be to a team if you get the right people with him.
Yeah. I mean, he's probably the best overall salesperson.
Yeah.
So that's why I wanted him. It's just like I think we just have enough evidence that shows he's very good at it.
Yeah.
All right, I'm cool with it.
$80.
You spent almost all your money though.
That's all right.
I'm going to go $20 for Stanley Hudson.
I
What?
I thought, dude, Stanley really?
There's others I want, but dude, Stanley worked hard.
Did he?
Yeah.
Dude,
He showed up to work every single day and just did his work. Listen, oh shit, I'm starting to remember things.
dude, go ahead. Let's hear it. What do you have his positives? I'll hit you with some negatives.
Positives is he just shuts up and does his work.
And he was in sales already, so he kind of knows what he's doing.
He has skills. He might not have the best skills,
Mhm.
but he has skills.
I think with him is you said he works hard. To me, he's lazy as hell. He's always doing them crossword puzzles.
Yeah,
in the
no,
meeting.
I was starting to realize that.
He cheated on his wife.
Man,
Bad at basketball. There was
man,
an
I
episode.
hired the wrong person.
There was an episode where it was like, they do like the intro scene before like the credits at the beginning.
Yeah.
Like they were like, I don't think Stanley notices anything, and like they had
I
put,
remember
like,
this,
orange
yeah.
juice in his cup, and they like covered his computer. Like Pam was dressed all crazy, and he didn't notice any. Like I don't know if he actually does anything. Like I haven't seen. Did he go on any like sales meetings or anything ever?
He did. He went on a trip with Dwight, I think.
The only one that I'll say is he worked hard when he found out they could get Michael's job at the beach. And I told you he was that sumo wrestler, and then they had like that hot dog eating contest and stuff, and he was crazy. But also he clapped back at the boss, asked him if he stuttered. You don't want that. And also he had a heart attack. Like I don't know how long that dude's gonna last, man. Shout out Stanley though. He's like the cool. He wasn't the cool guy on the show, but he's like the. I feel like he's a character everyone liked. Like he's a likable character. But
Yeah, no one dislikes Stanley.
yeah, but
but I will say we needed some veteran leadership. If you look at my company right now, it's a little on the younger side.
yeah, you're right.
So we're picking up Stanley. But all right, back to back here. I'm gonna go.
Might as well go 20 again.
Another 20 for Michael Scott.
Okay. I think Michael Scott's actually like a very good pick because his sales skills are actually really good. If
He
you
wasn't a
watch,
good manager. He was a good like but he might have actually been good at sales, right? Like
I think he was. He closed that deal at Chili's with
Chili's.
what's his name? Was it Tim
um,
Robbins? Not no.
yeah, yeah.
Is that his name?
That's well.
The principal from Mean Girls. That guy.
Tim Meadows.
Tim Meadows. I think Michael Scott's good at sales, but I think he's too big of a distraction.
To me, it was just like if he could accidentally close big deals like that, I won't give a shit what he does. You know what I'm saying?
He did go to work all the time, but man, he was like burning his foot on the George Foreman grill and like I don't like as a person, I think he's another one. He always means well, but he might just be a moron.
That's true. But in sales, at least, like he has one clear responsibility. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you might have chemistry issues, dude, with Stanley and him though.
You have Roy.
He's just in the warehouse though. But and I don't have
He's gonna try and fight people.
I don't have a guy he would fight, I don't think.
Imagine he went up and fought Oscar.
Dude.
Actually, you have Dwight, so Dwight could pepper spray him.
Dwight was a karate master, dude. He had a sensei. So you could have him for 20.
All right.
Damn, I put all my money into Dwight. I put all my hope into that Dwight Schrute could handle the job. All right, so I'm gonna do. Damn, there's not a lot of good ones left, dude.
Nah.
No.
I got a couple sleepers for this.
All right, I'm gonna go $19, and you could steal this and round out your team.
Yep.
So I better choose carefully then, huh? For the same reason you picked Michael Scott, like I don't think this dude was good in a management role, and he was just like a shady guy. But I think just from a business standpoint, he could handle the job. I'm gonna go with Ryan Howard.
Dude, he's an actual idiot.
Hey man, he.
Do you not remember? He never made a sale.
Dude, I think he might be an actual genius, or he might be an idiot. It's one of the two. Because there was an episode when he was trying to steal money from Pam, and she was like give her a gift, and she was like, "Hey, like if he can correctly predict every college basketball game, man, we'll be straight." I'm gonna go with Ryan. I think because like he was in business school that whole time. Like he has the abilities. He just has to use his motives for good rather than run off with Kelly Kapoor.
I mean, I guess the benefit is like he's definitely he might be the most selfish character.
Yeah. So he's gonna be working hard. He's gonna be hustling for sales.
But he's an actual idiot. I had to look this up too because I was considering him, and then yeah, there was like a thing. It was like when he was working in sales, he never made a single sale.
Yeah, but I think he's still like because when he got on, he was just a temp. He was the young guy. I think under the right tutelage, they could mold him into a beast. Like Michael just was like in love with him or whatever, but he didn't really like help him. The only bad thing about him, other than he was crazy and on drugs, was he set the office on fire.
Yeah.
But I think
that was a bad reason. Wait, man. All right,
man. He was like had a sandwich in the toaster. I think Ryan in terms of working, that's like the equivalent to like having a toxic character like Michael Scott on your team.
You have Roy too.
He's just in the warehouse and no one bothers him. He doesn't bother anyone.
Your team might be crazy, dude.
Phyllis
gonna be busy with the HR.
Hey, that's fine. You got to put her to work. I round out my team possibly.
Yeah. Yeah, $1. So
I know. I'm trying to go through the list. No, dude. There's a lot of bad ones. I'm gonna go with for $1, Jan Levinson Gould. You want her or no?
Nope.
I'll take her. And because I think her issue, she's kind of like Ryan in terms of like being selfish and stuff. But I think if I could keep her just in that sales role, and I don't have like Michael Scott on my team, like to bother her or anything. Like, I think, and she was like high up in the company, so she must have some type of like knowledge. You know what I mean? Like, to me,
Yeah, but I mean, she couldn't close the deal at Chili's. Michael had to do that one
yeah,
by cracking jokes.
you're right. But she there was the off camera ones that she's probably closing all the time.
Yeah, she's all business though. Like she's very like you know what I'm saying.
She's
Like
about the company.
she's gonna get shit done. So I'm not mad at that.
I'm surprised you didn't now because I'm looking at the list. I don't know who the hell you're about to...
Well, I'm gonna round out my list right here. I'll just go $1, but I'm gonna go Meredith.
Dude,
What?
Meredith Palmer? Really?
Dude, she'll do whatever.
What was
You
her
know what I'm
job
saying?
on the show?
I don't know, but she'll do whatever.
You might be right.
I don't know if you remember. She was having sex with dudes for Outback coupons.
Yeah, she was.
And supplies.
Uh-huh.
Like, listen, I am not condoning that or saying that she should do that at our company. I'm just saying she might actually do whatever it takes to get a sale.
Dude, you're running a bad business, man.
And she got hit by a car. That teaches you whatchamacallit?
What? Discipline?
Resilience.
Dude, she got hit.
You gotta bounce
She
back.
got hit by a car just to find out she had rabies.
Yeah, man, she's been through a lot. She's been through adversity. That's what you need in some hardened salespeople.
The only thing I will say is, I mean, she was like seemed like a fun person in the office, I guess. Like, I'll give you that. I don't know about. I mean, there's really no one else. You probably should have took Jan Levinson Gould for $2, or no Gould, just Jan Levinson for $2 instead of Meredith.
Nah, I got a fun team, dude.
Do you want to recap and then we'll talk about what was left?
Yeah. So here's my staff. I got Daryl as the manager, Holly as HR, Andy as the receptionist, Aaron as an accountant. I'm all about career growth. All right. I got Gabe in the warehouse, and then my sales team, Stanley, Michael, and Meredith.
All right. So I had the manager, Kieran Filippelli, the accountant, Oscar Nunez, HR, Phyllis Lappin Vance, receptionist, Pam. I'm not going to say the last name. Warehouse, I had Roy. I actually don't know what his last name was. In sales, I had my boy Dwight Schrute for $80. I had Ryan Howard for 19, and then Jen Levinson Gould for my last $1.
I think both of our companies suck. Can I just say that?
I mean, we're just going based off of what we could actually pick. If you guys listen to us, comment your dream team. Obviously, if we combined our teams, we might be okay. Like, if I could have took like your accountant, maybe move Phyllis to sales or something. But
I can't believe we both just didn't take Jim though.
oh well, we could get into that right now. Did you have a do not draft list?
Well, let's go through like who else we were considering for. I don't know if you had that for like other positions.
All right, who?
Like my managers was like Daryl and Stanley.
I had Daryl or Karen.
Then warehouse, I had Gabe, Dwight, and Kevin. Kevin was if things got weird and I had to, cause like he might just need assistance. Like he could carry it like a few feet, and someone else got to take him from there.
I had Roy, and then I think if I wasn't able to get him, I think I might have had to go with like Creed.
He might die in the warehouse, and no one will ever know.
Yeah, but Creed might be super dope at his job. Like,
What does he do?
nobody know. He doesn't even know what he does. I feel like he's the computer in the background just playing solitaire.
That fool's just there. Shout out Creed.
And he used his name is Creed Bratton in real life and on the show. Shout out Creed. All right.
Accountant, I had Oscar, Aaron, and then I had Jim, just in case.
Uh, I mean, I've had Oscar or Angela.
HR, I had Holly and Pam.
That's what I had too, and then also besides the
Phyllis.
one that I had, Phyllis. Yeah.
Then receptionist, I had just Andy and Aaron.
I had Andy and Pam. But the thing was like there was certain people like if I had to take Pam, there was like I didn't want to have like Jim also. Like there was certain like variables to my team. So I just try to build it based on who I think could work together. How many did you have on your do not draft?
5.
Okay.
I had Ryan. He's an actual idiot.
Maybe.
Roy, like I just don't want that around.
Too explosive.
Too aggressive. Yep.
Yeah.
I had Jan actually because like after we got to know Jan, like that was too intense for me, you know? Like I wouldn't want to work with Jan.
I mean, her whole thing with the candle business was a little. I don't think she could be that in a lead role, but I think if you just give her an assignment, I think she could get it done.
Sure. Toby, because get Toby the fuck out of here. Mm-hmm. He has a stupid face. The real actor, he might be okay, but Toby himself, just like his personality, I don't know. He just like resembles a camel to me or some shit. But get him out of here. He sucks. And then I had Angela, because Angela actually is very intense. Like I've learned from like from my own work in my real life, like I can't work with people who are just like on all the time. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And like questioning everything, or like I can't do that. And I feel like Angela would just give me anxiety because she did to be like looking over my shoulder at what I'm doing. I can't. I don't know. I don't want that.
Yeah.
That was all I had.
All right. So I had Jim because fuck Jim. I'm surprised you didn't pick because I don't think you have a big issue with Jim, but I think he's
no. I mean, I agree with you that like he caused lots of problems.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't have him on the show because like I could have picked him in sales, and I was thinking about it, but at the same time, knowing that fool got up and left later, because I don't know, he seems like someone who like
he's kind of a snake.
Yes.
Yeah, I just really don't really like him at all. But I will say I don't know if you could have the show The Office without Jim. I think he was an important part of the show, but I do think he was the villain. I had Kevin, like dope character, but like what can he do?
Okay, I did kind of think that he might be able to do sales, and here's why. Because remember when he was speaking in as few words as possible?
Yeah,
he's very concise. Like that might just get the job done.
If you're basing that, like hiring him based off of like a 35-second clip, when he's just like when he was just talking like like a like
okay,
you might could cut that out, but I'm just saying like you shouldn't hire him based off of a 35-second clip. I had Toby, same reasons. Like nobody likes Toby on the show or real life, and there was all those rumors that he was the actual Scranton Strangler. Like I don't want him in my office. And then same reasons for Gabe, because Gabe might have been the wackest character of all time. Like what was he good for?
His height. They didn't utilize him correctly on the show.
They should have put him in the warehouse.
They should have put him in the warehouse. It would have been better. Imagine that fool could just like you cut costs because you don't need ladders or like forklifts. He just reaches up and go gets it.
Dude, you would still need a forklift. Going through the list, is there anybody that we didn't mention?
Oh, that was like
I'm pretty sure every single person got a mention because we had
Kelly Kapoor.
Oh, I might have. I considered her actually a little bit for receptionist, but she's another one that, man, she won't shut up.
She talks too much.
Yeah. So basically, we have a list of 22 characters. 16 got drafted, and then just 6 went undrafted, and then we had them, the rest of them like on do not draft, and Kelly was kind of just in the in between. I guess like she could have probably
Like
fit
emergency.
somewhere if we needed
If
it.
we had, I was gonna say if we expanded this to include like 2 more people, so we had 24,
Mhm.
and then we did like a 3-way draft here.
I
Then
wouldn't.
I probably would have. I probably would have picked Kelly
I wouldn't. I'm
for
not that
something.
mad at her. She's a little crazy, but she was one also like if you have Ryan, like you probably shouldn't have Kelly as well.
That's true. That's true.
So it was more of a team chemistry thing for that. I mean, Kelly, she had that party that was it Jim and Dwight didn't go to. She got super
Yeah, yeah,
pissed
yeah.
and was
She got
writing them
mad.
like bad reviews. She's like a little bit crazy, but I mean, she's not the worst. I'll
Nah,
just say
nah,
that.
nah, nah. Yeah, that's Toby,
Yeah,
not Gabe.
they both
Um,
suck.
all right. I mean, I think that's all I got. I think we should do more Office episodes though, so be on the lookout for that.
Yeah.
I think there's a bunch of content we could put out based around The Office.
Comment down below how you would build your teams as well. Obviously, you're only building it by yourself, so it would be different. But just let us know who you would have in different spots.
Yeah. That's all I got. So it's your boy Kendall, aka the real Asian Jim.
It's your boy Alfred signing off, aka Big Salmon, because salmon's better than tuna.
All right.
Peace.